Oh man, things are heating up in Ikebukuro. I think I said the town city right this time instead of Ikeburo. Anyway, let's get on to the review. What is up, ladies and gents? Nate here, bringing you my review for Durarara, exclamation point, exclamation at times 2, standing for the second season. Anyway, episode 8, known as The Ladies' Man, has neither money nor power. First off, there were no new Easter eggs. There was like a little Easter egg when it was the scene when it was Henri and Akane just holding hands at the train station, just waiting for Henri's friend. But then like you see like right behind them is like a poster where movies would go, like if you're at the train station, and it was just like Sword Art Online, Persona, or Sword Art Online, Samurai Flamenco, Persona, Out of Zero, and this other anime that's not important because there's nothing new, there's no new Easter eggs. Anyway, in this episode we finished the Akane arc, essentially, I think. But then, like, not only that, but we got tons of exposition, and we're leading up to, I believe, the final arc that this season of Durarara is going to have, and then when we come back, all the other stuff's going to happen. So, if you remember back in season 1 of Durarara, we see at the end, Kita leaves, and he pretty much just leaves Mikado and Henri behind and goes with his girlfriend Saki to go do stuff and roam the world, or Japan, to see all these stuff. But in this episode, we learn that actually he's Izaya's gopher, or like lackey, pretty much, and just doing the things that Izaya tells him to do. And if you don't know and haven't seen the first season of Durarara, Izaya, or Kita, really hates Izaya, and he thinks he's a scumbag. So why is he doing this? We don't exactly know, but it's like Saki, like Kita's girlfriend said, that's an interesting thing that they have going on. Anyway, not only that, we learn that Aoba is like a little Izaya, and he's the one, like, if you watch season 1 of Durarara, Izaya is the one who did all the plot pushing and putting like the plot together, so like all these characters interact. And Aoba right now is the one doing that so far, but I feel like him and Izaya are doing different things for different reasons, but I feel like both their plots that they're trying to connect are actually going to interconnect with each other, and it's going to be explosive. Anyway, funny enough, we learned, as we've seen in this past few episodes, the dollars have been being attacked, and some of them are going against the Dollar's philosophy and attacking other gang members for no reason. And we learn in this episode that Aoba is actually the one doing that. But not only that, Aoba is actually part of the Blue Squares, which was the gang that Kita faced in season 1 and pre-season 1. And it's just like, oh my lord, this guy who's younger than Mikado is actually the leader of a gang. And now he wants Mikado to be the leader of the Blue Squares, because Mikado can't be the leader of the Dollars because it messes with the Dollars philosophy on having no leader. Anyway, things oh my lord, I don't know what to say. At first, I thought Aoba and his gang were bringing Mikado to like an abandoned place to beat him up, and I was surprised that Aoba wanted Mikado to be the leader of the Blue Squares. But like as soon as like they enter that abandoned building, you see that there's a bike, and that bike looks very familiar because it's Verona's bike, the exact same bike that Salty marks. And I was like, huh, weird. And then next shot, it's Salty looking like, why is Mikado here? And I thought, so if Mikado gets in danger, like those like Blue Squares start trying to beat him up, Salty's gonna step in, right? But then we also learn, because you remember Verona said she wants to drop the bike off and maybe set it up as a trap. And you see that Verona and Sloan are there as well. And you're just like, oh, a lot of characters are here. And if you've seen the preview, oh my lord, there's these next few episodes I feel like are going to be good. And just sticking on the topic of Aoba and Mikado before I move on to the other characters that we see, you see that Aoba at the very end, he's like, Mikado senpai, have you realized you're smiling, right? Because remember back in episode 4, I think, 4 or 5, that we saw that Mikado is pretty much like an adrenaline junkie. He likes having an adventure. He doesn't like having a boring life. That's why he created Dollars, because he wanted something to be exciting again. He wanted his life to be exciting, and then that's why he moved to Ikeburo again. Or not again, but he moved to Ikeburo not only to be with Kita, but Kita left, but he wanted to have a more, like, fun life. And remember how I said Aoba started the gang war, or a gang war that's approaching, and he started it with the leader of the guy with the hat, the fedora. It's not a fedora, but the guy with the hat who tried to pick a fight with Shizuo, but he lost. His name is Chikage. Remember, he's the ladies' man. I think that's what the title was alluding to. But anyway, we see him. He's at an art gallery. Then Walker steps in, but that's not really important. Well, it is important, but not as important, because at the end, like right before the episode ends, we see him and Kadota, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. You see them facing off, and I think they're gonna fight, and it's gonna be really cool because Kadota, he's pretty much like second in command for the dollars, because he's always giving Mikado tips like, yo, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. He's like pretty much like a big brother to Mikado, and selling a good big brother, not like a evil big brother like Izaya is to Akane. Anyway, I think there's a fight going to be between them, and it's going to be amazing. Alright, moving on to Akane and Anri and Shinra and Shizuo, and I think his name's Todd or Tom. Anyway, Akane wakes up and Anri's right next to her. She's dozing off. Anyway, they bring her outside. Not Shizuo, but Shinra checks up on her. She's like, she's all good. And then Shinra starts asking questions about, hey, why were you attacking Shizuo and why did you follow him? And then we learn that Izaya is the one who told Akane that a hitman is after her, and a hitman is Shizuo. And Shizuo being like, see, even though Shizuo has anger issues, he always wants to keep up an appearance, especially towards kids, because he doesn't want kids to see him as a monster. So he smiles, and it's literally the best thing ever. But one thing I'm kind of mad about is that in the light novels, he actually sticks his tongue out, and there's a little star next to it. It was just adorable. Anyway, we learn that Izaya pretty much set up Shizuo, and Izaya does it even more because Shizuo goes over to Izaya's place. Senji's sister doesn't open the door. He presses the doorbell so hard that his fingers start bleeding, and then he goes upstairs to another building, and then essentially the door's unlocked. He walks in, and then three guys are all beat up. They're either beat up pretty bad or they're dead, and then a guy comes by and he's like, yo, what are you doing? Get at it! Stop! Why'd you do this to my men? And if you don't know where Shizuo actually was, he was at Shiki's place. Yeah, Shiki's place. And, oh my lord, and Izaya is just a gigantic troll, because even at the end of the episode, literally the end, right before the credits, you just see Izaya opening the door and going crazy, laughing like Joker, like. And if you guys don't know who remember Shiki is this guy, the one that hired Celti to get Akane and protect her from the other people, to protect her from Verona and Sloane. And now we have Akane and Anri at the train station waiting for Anri's friend, which I'm assuming is Celti, and just judging from the preview that we saw. And let's see where it goes from there. These next few episodes are going to be very exciting. Anyway, my grade for the episode, I'm going to give it an A. Like I said, we got tons of exposition, which is great. We're starting a new arc, and there's a gang war that's approaching, and all these things are, like, we're heading to, like, a climax, and it's going to be amazing. So my question to you guys is, who do you hate / like more, Aoba or Izaya? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm like Izaya since he has a badass code. That code is just amazing. And now that he's pretty cool with knives. But then again, we haven't seen Aoba and his fighting capabilities. We just know that he can beat up some gang members and send them to the hospital. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and thanks for watching. But don't forget to leave a like if you think the video deserves it. Subscribe to my channel if I entertained your face for a little bit. And I'll see you guys all later for my last video for today. And I'll be out of 0. So until then, bye.